Hey everyone, have I here Bruno, a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be discussing the expectations for this Dokkan Now special that's going to be dropping for the global version of the game. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Well, let's go ahead and dive right in. So of course, right now we're in the countdown for the 9-year anniversary. It is getting pretty hyped here on global. It's been a little bit dead, but we're creeping in now to this momentous celebration. It's one of the celebrations that changes everything, especially in the global version of the game, right? We've just been waiting for the new meta. Now we are going to get this Dokkan Now special that's going to drop. Basically, what am I going to do here? 6.5 hours, 6.5 hours when this video is dropping. And it's going to detail, of course, the timeline, and they're going to showcase Broly, they're going to showcase Carnival Gogeta, but they're also going to be talking about the sync. And I think a lot of individuals are really interested in seeing when this whole sync thing is going to happen. So I'm going to discuss that, using kind of the global timeline that I normally do here. Now, again, we should all expect that the majority of the 9-year anniversary celebration is going to stay the same, but I think there's going to be some additions to it that's going to be very interesting. So first and foremost, of course, we are going to get the Dokkan Festival exclusive LR Full Power Broly. We'll have the banner unit in Frieza, and then we will have the Carnival Gogeta Blue. And these are the two banners. This, of course, is the JP banners on there. I don't expect anything to change from these two banners here. You're looking at the Full Power Broly having, some decent units you can go ahead and pick up, like the Worldwide Celebration or Zamasu. That can be very valuable for that team. And of course, some other anniversary units in the back that you can see as featured. Now on the Carnival banner, right? Carnival banner is not going to have another new unit. It's just going to have the Gogeta Blue. He's a fantastic unit on here. And on top of that, you are capable of getting a copy of the physical Broly. Now, the physical Broly is going to EZA basically a week after these banners are going to be dropping, and that could be some value there, especially if you don't have the physical Broly, Chile, and Lemo, right? So these are the two banners you should be all looking forward to. However, part 2 is really what we're going to be looking forward to, because that is the game changer with Beast Gohan. But in part 1, again, I mentioned the two EZAs, or at least I mentioned one, is the Chile, Lemon, Broly. That's going to be the first EZA we're going to get. So the banner should be dropping around 7/7, 7/8, depending on the time zone that you might be in. Celebration starts on the 6th, and or 6th where I am. Banner should then show up probably on the 7th, possibly the 8th if they wait one more day. But after that, a week after that, or probably even less than a week after that, so that's the 7th. 7th or 8th, we see about banners, probably the 7th. Like Friday, like the 12th, we might see the EZA for the Broly, Chile, Lemo, and then kind of like a week after that, we're going to get the EZA to the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Evolution Vegeta, so probably around like the 17th, 18th. So less than a week in between those EZAs, and those units are incredibly good. It's going to help out on, a multitude of different things, right? For the superheroes, for Realm of Gods, for Joined Forces, right? That unit is incredibly strong. And then for the Broly, Lemo, and the Chile, Lemo, and Broly, though, that unit there is going to help out on super bosses, right? So ultimately, high value across the board. For the Frieza's, great to use for super bosses as well as a support unit. So again, all units are highly valuable, highly coveted, especially with the current meta. Now, let's go ahead and now move on to then part 2. So part 2, again, is the really exciting part. So when you're thinking about like using your Dragon Stones, there are going to be some free tickets that you're going to be using, things of that nature. You can get buy 3 go 1 free for a short period of time when it comes to the Broly and Gogeta. So you might want to do a couple rotations there, but you really want to save for Beast Gohan. So the Beast Gohan banner, I mentioned this in my priority list video, is that banner in itself has so much value, because you have the future EZAs of MUI Goku and Evolution Vegeta on there. You have the other Worldwide Celebration unit in the Vegeta Blue, and just a ton of other great units that you can pick up on that banner. So very highly coveted banner. probably most of you guys are going to be summoning and using all your Dragon Stones on that banner. That, of course, is going to have the Police Krillin and 18 as a subunit on there. Not as valuable as like the Golden Frieza from the Broly banner. So not as important. I think just Beast Gohan is what you want to be shooting for. And then you have the Carnival banner for the Gammas. Again, Gammas also just, you know, for special pose and for androids, but primarily for superheroes, become just an amazing support unit that you really want to make sure that you grab to round out your team. But unfortunately, I think that's the last priority comparable to all the other 4 banners, or the other 3 banners, all 4 banners included. I think that one is on the bottom of your Dragonstone usage, right? I would go Gohan, I would go Broly, Gogeta, and then the Gammas on there. So again, you know, trend wisely with this with Dragonstone usage on here, but we should get a ton of Dragonstones throughout the celebration. Now, of course, that is going to lead into, so these banners I expect to then drop around like 19th, 20th, 21st, somewhere around there, middle of July, for part 2. Then we're going to get the lead into the EZA MUI Goku and Evolution Vegeta. These were just, you know, an absolute monsters when they came out. We were expecting some good EZAs, but man, they went above and beyond. So we should expect this to be happening maybe around like 24th, 25th, somewhere around there in July, which then just basically leaves us a kind of a hole for the end of July and the beginning of August. And that's where the discussion point is. I don't know if they're going to show that in the Dokkan special, right? But all this happens. We know that all this is going to happen in the anniversary because this all happened on JP. The interesting thing is what they provided on JP was the final EZAs that we ended up getting was the Dokkan Festival exclusive Super Vegeta and Buhan. A total surprise, right? No one was expecting these. And of course, Global got these early. Global got these prior to the Golden Week celebration. And there's going to need to be kind of a filler in this spot here. So there's a few options that I would say could contend for this spot here. And this spot is about of a kind of like a week and a half type of opportunity for Global, kind of to correlate with the Global Sync, right? So I think the options are Cellmax, Topo, possibly UI Goku. I don't think so. I think that's the far out is actually getting a Dokkan Festival exclusive LR, the Tanabata banner, the introduction to it, right now. I think that's still going to be later on. I think we're still to see that in December, and then the Tanabata for Christmas. And then we also have the Super Extreme that should happen in the Tanabata celebration. But still, I have a question about that because, again, the Dokkan Fest category banner did not show anybody except for MVP 17 to EZA. But a lot of people are thinking it's going to be AGL Super Saiyan Blue Goku, that's supposedly supposed to be a Kaioken Goku, but that would make sense. So if that were to happen, I can see that happening basically at the end of the celebration of the 9-year anniversary to correspond at the same time with the JP version of the game. But then this extra slot here, if you guys have watched my channel enough, know what I think and what's going to happen. I don't think we're going to get Tanabata early, right? However, I do think we're going to get Cellmax and then right after that Topo, because Topo is basically a zero celebration now. There's nothing to EZA. It's just a banner. And that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Now, when I say Super Dokkan, I'm thinking of a global first, or just a banner that we end up getting that's going to be different from JP, that's going to introduce a Dokkan Festival exclusive unit, which will probably be the one that August is going to showcase, right? So what they could do here, right, this is one way of thinking it about what August is going to look like. They're going to basically provide Cellmax the LR banner like on the week of like the 29th, 30th, 31st, somewhere around there. We're going to get that banner, or at least at the end of the the banners for the anniversary, and then we'll see that banner. And then basically right afterwards, we'll see Gatopo as the banner there, lead into then whatever JP is going to be doing when it comes to the double rate banner, the Pepe Gals banner, and then the Super Dokkan. What can happen is then we can get the whatever JP's getting in Dokkan Fest the same time, right? Or roughly the same time, maybe a couple weeks later, but around the same time. Another way you can think about it is we can actually see Topo be moved toward the end, right? Again, it's not much of a celebration, and then have the Super Dokkan, or basically at the same time as JP, get whatever Dokkan Festival exclusive the new unit is in the beginning of August, right? So then this banner just drops maybe as a Super Dokkan, and just say, hey, here we go, right? Because again, there's not much, right? We already have the EZA to Int Gotenks. We already have the Super EZA to Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Everything is already done for the Gatopo celebration. We recently just got the Part 2 LR and Ginyu 4. So again, not much there. So we can easily see that, right? Super Extreme Cell Max banner right into whatever the celebration is in August as the Dokkan Festival exclusive. And then we're set. Then we're set to get Topo, and then start of the worldwide celebration. And all we're missing is Part 1, Part 2 of the Tanabata celebration. And that's going to be easy enough to slot in sometime. It's going to be in Christmas for the Tanabata. We already know that. And then sync up with JP. And then, of course, that leads into the 10-year anniversary. So that's my guess. That's my thought process is, we're going to sync up now. We're going to sync up in the end of the 9-year anniversary. And listen to my words. It's sync up, not catch up, right? So we will have like a world tournament that we'll still need to complete. We'll have a few more units like Dokkan Festival exclusive UI Goku, the Tech UI Goku, the Tanabata banner, and then the whatever Part 2 LR that JP is going to get in this Tanabata celebration. And that's going to get squeezed in, and I think that's pretty easy to do, I think, for the remainder of the year, and then lead into the 10-year anniversary. So that is my thoughts. I think they might talk about that a little bit, because there's no reason why for them to say, hey, we're going to have a discussion about the sync during this Dokkan Now special, unless they are going to talk about something that's going to get caught up. Maybe even in Part 1, they go, you know what, in Part 1, we're going to throw Gatopo in Part 1 or something like that. Or just something crazy that we might hear in this Dokkan Now. But I think this timeline works fairly well, or what I showed before with Gatopo right after Cell Max. Again, because there's really no celebration for Gatopo at this point in time. But anyway, with that, hope you guys enjoyed this video here. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be watching the Dokkan Now video or the live stream on there. I'm not streaming these days, but I'll check it out. I'll post like a post thought video if there's anything new. If not, you can just watch what I just posted right now, and it'll probably be the same stuff. So anyway, with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.